Hello, and welcome to 3339 Virginia. We're here in the Benton Park West neighborhood of St. Louis. This house was built in 1911, and it's a typical multi-generational home that we had in St. Louis, also known as a two-family. And every house tells a story, but some of those stories are easier to find than others, and this one was able to find quite a bit about. But first, take a look at the outside. Look at the brickwork and the way that the red brick is interspaced with kind of a dark brown brick. This checkerboard pattern or dashed pattern, as well as the brickwork at the very top. So, as I mentioned, every house tells a story. This one, in the 1920s, was owned by an electrician who specialized in adding electricity to new houses. So even though in the 20s we did have electric, a lot of people still didn't. Coming into the living room here. So very typical of this era, 1911. You can see here, when we look at the door, the way this was originally designed with the staircase. And there would have been a wall that either was there or wasn't there, depending on how the house was set up. Later on, this was actually owned by a family who are quite famous in the Missouri Botanical Gardens, father and son, who were horticulturalists specializing in exotic plants. And the son in the 50s and 60s traveled all around the world to bring specimens back for the botanical gardens, which is really cool. Fortunately, I looked in the yard. There's none of that left here after that many years. But it's still cool, and people had interesting jobs back in the day. The dining room here, again, very good size. Vinyl plank flooring in here. And off the side, we have a small bedroom or office. And we have the downstairs bathroom. With a shower. Quite handy. A lot better than sometimes a small tub in the downstairs, because you don't really take a bath in the downstairs bathroom that much, I find. We have the kitchen here. Very large walk-in pantry. Room for even more shelving as well. The kitchen. New cabinets, granite countertops, and space for a fridge at the end. This is a good sized kitchen too. As you can see, there's a little table here, but you could really fit a nice sized bar table in this kitchen and use it as an eat-in kitchen if you desired. Coming around to the backyard. This is what I was talking about. I'm sure back in the 60s this was amazing. Saw the plants they brought home from around the world. And then when we look at the bricks on the back, we have Ghosts of Christmas Past. And you can see where there was originally another a two-story porch on here, as well as I'm guessing this other opening would have been a door for the back stairs for a time when the second floor was used as a second apartment. And then over here on the side, in both of these, there's these little archways. And I'm not sure what that was, if that was for a little window of some kind in the kitchen, or maybe a cold safe. I don't know. I've never seen that before, but that's kind of interesting too. And there is parking behind the fence here, which is always a bonus in St. Louis. And as we come back upstairs. So again, back when this was a set up as a second floor unit, we would have had this staircase here, which would have gone out to that door, and there would have been a wall here. And today it's the bedrooms. So in the middle we have this spacious hallway. And we have the rear bedroom. I like these houses because almost universally the bedrooms are very generously proportioned. Obviously updated windows. And I love these old grills. You can see as you go through the videos how they've changed over the years. So this is just before World War I. And you can see when you look at the 20s and 30s houses, they're a little bit different. Main bathroom. The tub and tub kit. And then we have bedroom 2. One of the interesting things about this house is that although it was designed to be either a 1 or 2 family, it was listed as an owner-occupied status all the way up until at least the 80s, when it was sold or marketed in a real estate ad as an owner-occupied 2 family. Which is very common, and in those cases you probably would have had an opening or a door between the 2 units. I don't know why they don't design more properties like this today. They really are helpful for if you have to take care of older family members, and then to allow them to provide child care for you if you have children. This is the primary bedroom. As you can see, it does have an upstairs fireplace, which obviously is out of use because of heat. And that was really coming through at this time. So the fireplace by this era was largely decorative. And you know that because of the way that it's designed. And there's not one in every room, but there are vents. So this house would have been heated with a coal-fired furnace back in the day. And then as we go down in the basement, you'll see what I mean by that. So coming downstairs, we have the furnaces. Then there's the laundry area at the back and a walkout door. But this is what I wanted to show you. This would be the hole from whence coal came. So it would have been put in there and then dumped into a big pile here. And then there would have been a child who had to get up early in the morning to shovel it into the furnace so it would be warm for the day. Because usually the fire would have gone almost down, if not completely down, while everyone was asleep. Hope you enjoyed the tour. As always, please remember to like and subscribe, and let us know if there's any other homes you'd like to see. Thank you.